Hey, hi, howdy, how are you folks? My name is Nallex. Welcome back to another League of Legends video. We are back again playing some Shyvana in the jungle. Tell me if this is a story you have already heard before, but we got a bit of a variation today. Today we are going for a bit of a different build than we've normally gone. Instead of the usual Spear of Shojin into Riftmaker and Liandry's, today we're going full damage because the enemy team built a bunch of squishy champions. Now for some reason the level 1 Evelynn is flashing onto my raptors here. I think she thought she was going to get level 2. The good news is I can just counter with my flash, get her as low as possible, get my Dark Harvest stack off, and then just let Akshan kill her. Now unfortunately here I don't have enough health to do the red buff, but in my mind I think I do. And so I smite thinking I can, and then realize very quickly that that is not how that's going to work. Unfortunately, we are going to have to back, and because we did start that red buff and waste our smite, we wasted a ton of time. Bit of a weird situation here. Not every day that you get flash smited on your own raptors level 1. So bit of a weird start here for the game. The good news is, because we get that Dark Harvest stack, we're starting to scale just a little bit sooner than we normally would. Now you'll notice here our runes, we've got Dark Harvest, Sudden Impact, Grisly Mementos, Treasure Hunter, Absolute Focus, and Gathering Storm, which means if this game goes long, we are going to scale insanely well. And with all these squishy champions on the teams, if we can get it to late game, oh my goodness, we are going to be popping people for 1200 damage per E. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, because our normal farming route has kind of been interrupted, we go straight to the bot side just to make sure that Evelynn doesn't steal our bot side camps, and we're just clearing from bot to top. With the added caveat that we are going to have to go get bot scuttle before we can go to our top side camps, because we don't want to miss out on any of the scuttle spawns just because we got invaded. Now, the good news is, even though we got set behind because, we had to go back in the very early game before we could really kill any camps, Evelynn got pushed back even further because not only did she not get a camp, but she also died, which means she has to wait for her timer and then respawn and then go to the camps versus us, who just has to back and do the same. So a little bit better for us there than it is for Evelynn, although maybe with the respawn timers you can make the argument that because I started red buff, I might have been shooting myself in the foot there a little bit. But the good news is we do get our bot side scuttle crab just the way we wanted to. And we're going to sit in this bush for just a tiny little bit, just to see if Lux maybe makes a play. Be a great time to get a free little Dark Harvest stack. But we see Lux is backing up, so we just do the same. Walk straight through the lane, no worries there. And we're actually going to just check to see if there is another scuttle when there is. And that's very nice to see. Anytime you can get double scuttle on a farming champion like Shyvana, especially when you're playing for late game, like this Dark Harvest build is, oh boy, is it very nice to get that double scuttle. Quinn's low in the top lane, but we need to get these camps cleared. If we were playing something like Diana or something that has a little bit of an easier time ganking in the early game, I could definitely see making a play topside there. But because we don't, it's so worth to just go straight to these camps. Unfortunately, I do mess up the leash on the raptors just a tiny little bit. So we do miss out on one small raptor, but it's all good. It happens to the best of us, right? For some reason, that raptor camp during this game really giving me some headaches. But yes, the dragon spawns. We're not on it as it spawns, which is what we would like to be. But the good news is we do have about 1,300 gold when we go for our first back. I see Evelynn making a play bot side, so I'm looking top side, seeing if maybe there's a world where I can make a play. Akshan doing Akshan things. This Akshan plays really well this game. I do not want to take credit for like a solo carry or anything like that, because this Akshan absolutely cooks. Right, he catches Evelynn out on the dragon, which is perfect. Right, buys me so much time, and that's exactly what we see. You see, I almost start going my auto, I went to autopilot for a little bit there and started going for the Spear of Shojin build, but we're not doing that build today. We're trying something a little goofy, a little new here. That's right. Today, we are going to go the build to end all builds. I like to call this nuclear warhead Shyvana, because once you get to late game, that's what it feels like. You're shooting out at people with your empowered E. We're skipping our camps here. We are not worried about that. With Evelyn off the map, this is the perfect opportunity for us to whittle down this dragon, kill it really quickly, and reap the rewards from it. While we're doing this, though, we know that we don't really have a chance for the enemy team to kind of stop us unless they all four come stop us. What we are thinking about, though, is what the Evelyn's going to try and do in response, the Void Grubs. Now, I'm perfectly fine 99% of games to just trade the Void Grubs. But you'll see this game, because we know where Evelyn was when we started the Drake, we do have a timer where we can actually start to fight for these Void Grubs, but only after we get our level 6. Right, if we're thinking it through here, this Evelyn's not smart enough to immediately go onto the Void Grubs, and our Akshan is giving us tons and tons of deep vision on their thing. You see me click Void Grubs there, just to potentially see if maybe I need to go. But Akshan's giving us so much information and buying us so much time that we can actually just keep farming. Right, now we could make a play on the Void Grubs, and Akshan is trying to do just that, and he dies, which is a bit awkward when you think about it, because, you know, we wanted vision, not another death on our team. But you'll notice here, we noticed Quinn recalling, we saw Lux start walking towards mid lane, and so she's kind of doing Void Grubs without any real backup. We've got our level 6 towards her level 5. We see the Void Grubs aren't quite where we want them. We see low health enemy Evelyn. We flash E and ulti onto her. We close the distance so well there. And then all of a sudden, bing, bang, boom. That's a free kill on the Evelyn. This will not be the first time you'll see me ult E onto an Evelyn to get a kill, but it is very nice to watch every single time. Shout out for the roses, thank you. All right, we're going straight to our Krugs to kill those. We've got 1100 gold in our pockets. We're looking to spend it here pretty soon. Because we don't have our Empowered Dragon form, we're not looking for any kind of ganks right now, even though Akshan is getting low and getting ganked by the enemy support. We're not too worried about it. Unfortunately, we didn't quite do enough damage to that Krug, which delays us a little bit. It happens. You know, it's just one of those things where it just kind of happens sometimes, and you got to deal with it. Not quite enough money to get the Nashor's Tooth, so instead, we'll just grab ourselves a Control Ward. If you guys don't already know, Control Wards are great. Obviously, super really strong, but you want to wait to get them until you know you don't have money to spend, right? I know that I'm going to be on the map long enough that by the next time I'm back, I'm guaranteed to have enough money to get my Nashor's Tooth, so I have plenty of extra gold to spend 75 and get myself a Control Ward. I back up the Akshan here, just worried that Evelyn's going to invisible in and kill him. And now I'm looking at the bot lane. I know I'm pretty close on my Fury, so I actually use my Q to kill this honey fruit to get more Fury from it. Now I'm at 92, 93, 94. Now I'm thinking here, surely by the time I get here, I get my ult. And I do eventually get my ult, but it's just a little too late. Would have loved to get my ult maybe a half second earlier there, and we killed both of them. But if you think that's the end of my play, you're crazy. I've got so much pressure here, and I know exactly where all my camps are. Now, I think I used my E a little early there. If I had waited to ult and then E, it would have been a little bit better. But instead, we just, you know, we ult and goof around a little bit. But then we're like, the enemy's not running? All right, cool. Well, we cut off their escape route, shoot a couple nuclear missiles at them. And as you can see, that goes pretty well for us. Because the Lulu flashes to try and dodge a warhead, and unfortunately does not find much. Akshan goes way too deep here. We're all backing up from the fight. Akshan then goes too deep. I say I have 6% Fury. He then gets jumped on by 2 people, and we're like, well, I guess we can try and help you. Another Dark Harvest stack in my pocket. I'm thinking, okay, surely that's the end of the play, and of course Evelyn keeps walking up. Maybe I could have gotten another one there if I had played a little more aggressively, but I'm just looking to get back on these camps. You know the drill. You've seen my videos before, or at least I hope you have, and you know the drill. We love farming around here. We are little farmer men. We love planting crops, sowing, and reaping. It is very good. Very big fan of farming in this game. I just think it's such a really valuable jungle strategy because it gets you ahead so far compared to like trying to make a play and it not always working out. We're looking at the dragon spawn timer here again, thinking, ooh, it would be so juicy to get ourselves another stack of our passive. We've got our ult up as well, so we know we got an opportunity, but, you know, not quite ready to do it. Let's go ahead and just grab these wolves first, and then we'll make our play. Akshan, of course, the second we leave, decides to make a play, but knowing Akshan, I'm sure it'll all go well, and we'll just get the dragon anyway. So yes, I'm going to the dragon. I'm not too worried about this fight. Surely a 3v2 under tower doesn't go bad for my team. I think about going to the fight, and I'm like, no, they've got it, right? Akshan's been playing well this whole game. Surely they don't mess it up entirely. Draven's this low. How bad could it go? And he flashes, or he does get the kill, which is good on him. Then my Caitlyn walks into a third tower shot and ties to that. Which is a little awkward. So, you know, maybe my team could have played it a little bit better. But the good news is I'm here now. And Quinn, strong as she may be, ain't gonna get away from this one. I love this shot because I definitely just missed my E, but she kept walking backwards into it. So shout out to Quinn for the help there. Definitely makes me look way cooler. Now, this is a play that a lot of people don't think to do, right? We're in empowered form Shyvana. We do a ton of damage to the tower. Our auto attack reset on our Q does a ton of damage to tower. Now, we could take Void Grubs. We could take our topside camps, or we could get feats of strength for free and a ton of gold. That's what you guys are missing. A lot of times, like, I see Shyvana players and they'll be like, okay, cool, I got the kill, I got everything, let's go farm our camps. Sometimes there's these opportunities like this where you can sacrifice the Void Grubs to guarantee your team gets feats of strength, and you gotta be doing those. You gotta be doing those when you can find them. It'll be the difference maker. So boom, now that we've got feats of strength, we have no fury, we got nothing up. We just want to get our farm so we can get our fury and be ready to fight when the time comes. Of course, whenever we're not ready for a fight is when one breaks out. So you'll see Akshan start a fight. I'm low on fury. I really don't want to fight. They're backing up. I'm like, okay, cool. I have 50% fury. I'm going to get these camps before you guys do anything. Please, please, please do not fight while I get these, you know? Luckily, for once, they listen. Smite this to go faster with it. You know the drill. Now that we've cleared our topside camps and we see that Evelyn's topside camps are also up, you know we're ready to go for it, because we will just one-shot Evelyn if she shows up and we don't see her first, you know? Worried about Evelyn, you know, flash smiting like she did in the early game. Luckily, though, she doesn't. Aatrox, being a goofy goober, gets me hit for a ton of damage from the Lux, but I'll ult over the wall. I'm not afraid. Hit Lux with a quick bomb. Steal some farm from the Aatrox. You know the drill. And boom, look. Once again, we are on the tower. We cannot get to this person without using our flash. We might as well just hit the tower a couple times. Now our dragon form is running out, so let's get back on the map. You know, let's get back on these camps. Get that dragon form ready again, and then we're going straight into another game. Or another play, I should say. No dragon form, no play. That's the rules. If you don't follow those rules on Shyvana, you will be in for a rough time. Evelyn's on our camps. We don't like that. We're not fans of that. Evelyn messes up her ult. That's easy enough for me to steal. I am doing that just so I get the Dark Harvest stack. You'll see me later on in the game flash to get a Dark Harvest stack. In my opinion, yes, that is worth if you get it. I do miss, however, and I do waste my flash. If I were to hit it, it would be worth. Especially in a game where we're this far ahead. Anything we can do to accelerate our scaling is good. Here's the flash. And, well, it's a little awkward, but, you know, it was worth a shot. I ping that I have Dark Harvest just to make sure that they know I am stupid, but I had at least some reasoning behind the stupidity. Clearing away some vision when we can, taking Evelyn's jungle camps when we can. You know how it goes. Rift Herald just spawned, but we're looking towards this dragon in 1 minute. What better way to do that than hiding in a bush looking for the Draven? Surely if me and Akshan, the two strongest members on our team, catch a Draven out and hit him with every ability we have, surely he just dies and definitely doesn't get away. No one's quite sure how that just happened. And unfortunately, I do walk up a little too far. And then Akshan just ditches me here, which is just crazy. It ends up being the smart play for him. But it is crazy that all we saw was the Quinn and he was ready to full ditch me versus a Lulu as we're the strongest members on the map. Little awkward. Miscommunication, you know. I thought he had my back. I thought he was my boy, but apparently he was not in fact my boy. He was not in fact my guy. He was just a goofy goober. Sometimes they're goofy goobers. Sometimes you get goofy goobers on your team, and there's not much you can do about it when they goofing all over your goober. Evelyn gets scared of the Sona and insta-ults into the Akshan, which is just beautiful to see. We love watching it. And we're just going to walk towards the dragon. They die to try and get a dragon to slow us down. Let's just get one for free. Now, I don't need to walk the dragon here. I obviously have a team that will just kill it. So you'll see me start walking. Once I see the whole team rotating, though, I'm like, all right, cool, we're chilling. Caitlyn pings me off of all people, which is just crazy. But, you know, I appreciate the dedication, at least. At this point, we almost have our 3-item spike. We've got ourselves a Asher's Tooth. We've got ourselves a Shadow Flame. All we need now is a juicy little Rabadon's Death Cap, and we will be off to the races as far as doing hella damage goes. Now, you'll see here, we're not doing a ton of fights. You know, we're still playing that farming Shyvana. But because of the nature of this game and like who our opponents are, we are getting so strong. We are getting so strong. Rift Herald's up. We could look to make that play. We do ping that we do want to do that. We see the Scryers, so we are looking to fight here as well. We are full HP. We have, you know, a good item power spike, so why not do a little fight? I pressed the wrong button here. I was looking to get myself a little bit of... I don't know what I was trying to do, but I definitely was not trying to smite that at the random health that it was at. The good news is that it gives me the opportunity to just go over the wall and one-shot the Evelyn. I apologize for my little media player coming up there. It happens to the best of us. You know how it works. And boom, look, my team's doing an objective. We love when my team does objectives without me, because that just means I get to escalate my gameplay even further. We want a little bit more gold here. We know that Evelyn has this camp up. Why not deny it? Would have been better if we had made the decision sooner, but still good to do nonetheless. Plus it gives us level 13. Fully upgraded W, fully upgraded E. When you go a full AP build like this, you get a ton of movement speed from your W. So it's really, really strong. It's stronger than normal because at this point in a normal game, you know, we'd have some decent AP from Leandry's, but we'd have a lot more AD and things like that from Spear of Shojin. And so our W wouldn't be as strong as it is right now. I mean, just look at how fast I'm just moving on the map with that W up. There is a case to be made to go like a blue smite or something like that here. I think it's kind of hard to justify personally, just because, I don't know, I like the damage from red smite and the slow. It feels so much stronger than blue smites. Now here I should start Otacon immediately, but in my head I'm thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do this by myself, even semi-safely. Then my whole team dies, and I'm like, well, we have to get something in return for it. So we might as well just try and ult and see what we can do here. We do have Nashor's Tooth, so we're doing a little bit more damage per auto attack. That we've got the scaling damage for sure. I think we can do it. And we know where 4 members of the enemy team are, so it's like we don't have to be too worried about what the enemy's doing. As long as we just keep bursting it down, we'll be fine. And you know what? Sona even comes to help us out a little bit here. towards the end, although she does not heal me a single time. She's more concerned about herself. But yeah, we'll get these roses. Yummy, yummy. Thank you so much. In the words of Sawyer Jungle, those smell so good. Reference to those, what was it? NPC streamers from eons before us. I see Lux, and I'm like, well, might as well, right? Time my E beautifully. Get a couple auto attacks off. You know the drill. And look at that. Another dragon is spawning pretty soon here. About a minute on it. So let's take some dominion here. We don't have our fury yet, so we need to kill some camps or hit something at the very least to get some fury on us. Might as well have that be Evelyn's camps. She is dead after all. Caitlyn steals a ton of Krugs here. I don't know what her problem is. Caitlyn steals the big and the small Krug. And now I'm just chilling in this bush, waiting to make a play on whoever shows up to try and kill her. We use the Rift Herald, which means, you know, now we're just going to go to kill the tower. Look at the damage on tower when you go full AP on Shyvana. It is so fun. Full AP Shyvana is without a doubt not the most optimal build you can go. In situations like this, I think it is, just because the full team is squishy, and so you're missing out on nothing. I don't know how I used my E that way. I think it's just the knockup from the Cloud Drake that just kind of messed up my E. But yeah, full AP Shyvana is, in general, 90% of the games not going to be the most optimal build. In 100% of games, though, it is the more fun build. You will have so much fun on full AP Shyvana. You are literally shooting nuclear missiles onto the enemy team. And it's just a blast. I tell my team to back up. I tell them I'm buying my stuff. Get the hell back. I need to buy some stuff. We get our Rabadons. We get our boots. We start our Void Staff. Now we're looking to get our upgraded boots, because when you have your 3-item power spike, that's when you can start kind of focusing those upgraded boots. Before that, it's not a thing that you want to worry about at all. Afterwards, it's kind of just a nice little thing to have, you know? But look, I mean, this game is going absolutely perfectly for us. We are 7-1-3, and we have the scaling runes that even if we started throwing right now, I've got Dark Harvest, Absolute Focus, and Gathering Storm. So we're going to be pretty strong in the late game no matter what happens here. The good news is my team is running it down mid, which means I get to jump in and start chucking some fireballs at them. I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball. After getting the chickens, of course. But look, I'm baiting the Caitlyn here. I'm really hoping that they go for Caitlyn. Unfortunately, I don't have a ward to place in this bush, so I can really see anything. I do get spotted out a little bit. We're gonna ult over the wall anyway, just to see what we can find. You know, you never know where there are. We get Lux or Lulu Flash and a lot of good stuff for it. And all we really do is use our ult. You can see the damage though. I hit Draven with one of them and he lost a third of his health. Okay, we actually just got a Dark Harvest stack. Must have been from Draven taking damage. Oh, Caitlyn must have ulted, or somebody must have ulted on him. Unfortunately, I walk a little too close to the tower. But look at this damage. Look at this damage to these structures. I mean, it is just bonkers. And I'm getting full ignored by the enemy team. 1,200 damage to the structures with my Q. Not even in dragon form. Not even anything like that. Now here, I should be backing. Because I need to be prepared for Baron, right? And I have a ton of money I can spend. And I think, okay, my team's backing up. Surely we do Baron. No, every member of my team backs. And I'm sitting here like, what? Then I realize what their plan is, right? And so I start backing, but it's too late for me now. So I've desynced myself with my team because I didn't understand what their play was. I thought we would want to rush the Baron down and then back. They wanted to back and then Baron. I still think that Baroning and then backing is the smarter play because you're getting way more gold from the Baron. But it ends up being the wrong play here just because that's not what my team's doing. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, we kill the Baron, we get our back off, and we get our empowered shoes, as well as a blighting jewel. We're just a little too poor to get everything we wanted, but you know what? We got most of it. At this point, I mean, they've lost 2 inhibitors. We're this far ahead. Let's just run it down. Let's just run it down. It's not that big of a deal. Quit freaking out about it. It's just run it down time. But yeah, I mean, Shyvana is so much fun with this build. You have to really be careful when you choose to play it because it is not the strongest build. Real quick, one-shot that tower. And then we're just on this. Go play Shyvana. Go play Shyvana. It is so much fun. If you haven't already tried out this full AP build, you will have a blast. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. My name is Nallex. Peace out.